with a sponge so it melts down. It looks like my face, but smoother. A little powder to lock everything in, especially through the T-zone. Then a swipe of highlight.
Look at these. Went a little longer this time, and I'm obsessed. Glossy ice blue with the silver tips. She's a moment. They catch the light every time I move. Had to pair them with the satin, a little sparkle on the neck, you know, feeling cute, feeling dangerous. My
Girlies, today we're going to go over my makeup haul. I went a little wild at the mall yesterday, and I have to show you everything. First up is this tiny neutral palette. Look at how cute those shades are. I'm obsessed. I also grabbed this glossy lip oil in the soft pink color.
88. Who's ready to slay the day away?
Welcome to Intelligence Explained, AI for the rest of us, where we try to understand artificial intelligence through the lens of investing, technology, history, and news. Today, we're going to talk about the 2025 awards for applications in artificial intelligence. We're going to get into some of the big moves and big applications released this past year, where foundation models, power of large language models from Google to OpenAI to Anthropic were all on display. We're going to start at number 7. DeepSeek, at the beginning of the year in 2025, releasing their reasoning model using significantly less amount of compute, and the cost to train the model was a big step forward until people started to dig deeper and understand that to run the model, it's actually a little bit more expensive. They've now been pioneers in some of the techniques that bring some costs down. A lot of startups in the United States specifically are using DeepSeek's models to run their artificial intelligence applications. So that was a big step forward. That's number 7. Number 6, I think one of the main things is actually 2 companies tied for this slot, in my opinion, which is going to be Claude Code from Anthropic. They made a really big step forward in the technical application of coding and being able to not only write and understand a software code in many different languages, but also be able to research and find bug fixes and almost get into being creative or intuitive in understanding software coding, which was a huge step forward. And then the context window and large environment in which this other application came to be, they were able to ramp up to about $1 billion in revenue this past year. That's a company called Cursor, and also are operating a coding software service for software engineers. And some of their features allow for a different environment and collaboration and a slightly different way, but the two together made huge strides this year and really, really took coding and the software engineering role and job to the next level. Number 5, I would say, it was really profound to see a lot of writers and researchers begin to use an application from Google or built on Google's platform called Notebook LM. And what Notebook LM does is you can upload your own writings and a lot of different research articles and books, links, and different things to this Notebook LM application, and then begin conversing with the artificial intelligence specifically around the content that you've uploaded. You can ask for different quotes or what are some of the key takeaways from these articles that I'm missing or that I haven't written about yet. You can ask it different ways of seeing different things. And it's really, really powerful for the idea formation and content creation within lots of different industries. So we saw authors, writers, and researchers in many different capacities, journalists using Notebook LM to great advantage in speeding up their process in 2025. It was pretty astounding to see. Number 4 is Granola. Granola is a note-taking app that is just better than some of the other options. Granola, the simplicity and the quality with which those notes come together, the reviews are in, and it just seems as simple and seamless as possible. And Granola really took the cake this year in real-world application for note-taking that really is beneficial. Number 3 is going to be Nano Banana. This is the image creation artificial intelligence from Google. Nano Banana has taken it to the next level to be able to create images you can't tell are created by artificial intelligence. Now, it does still have to be prompted from the person putting in the prompt very well to output what it is that you're hoping for. The quality and the physics inside of whatever is happening on the back end, Google nailed it with this. And a lot of image creation is starting to get way, way better. I know a lot of people in the creative industries that do copywriting and image creation the old-fashioned way that are saying the game has changed. Now we're just trying to come up with great ideas, and we can put that image for a static article spread on social media, in a magazine, or wherever it's going to be placed, that are now using Nano Banana from Google. So that is number 3, and that's pretty exciting. Number 2 is a video creation model called Sora 2 from OpenAI. They took it to the next level with video creation, but what they were specifically doing was also releasing a name and likeness feature inside of Sora 2 where you can use your image and your voice to create videos and images that are you speaking, but generated from the artificial intelligence engine on the back end in OpenAI. So this replica content put out their persona into the world and it be used like Jake Paul was able to use his social media to get other people to start using his persona.
Foundation, I just pump a little on the back of my hand, load up a brush, tap it right onto the skin, bounce it in with a sponge so it melts down. It looks like my face, but smoother. A little powder to lock everything in, especially through the T-zone. Then a swipe of highlight.
Look at these. Went a little longer this time, and I'm obsessed. Glossy ice blue with the silver tips. She's a moment. They catch the light every time I move. Had to pair them with the satin, a little sparkle on the neck, you know, feeling cute, feeling dangerous.
Girlies, today we're going to go over my makeup haul. I went a little wild at the mall yesterday, and I have to show you everything. First up is this tiny neutral palette. Look at how cute those shades are. I'm obsessed. I also grabbed this glossy lip oil in the soft pink color. 88. Who's ready to slay the day away? First, we're gonna do a little foundation because we need that flawless vibe, okay? Just dab, dab, dab. Oh my gosh, look at that finish. Now a touch of blush because we gotta look alive, right?
His voice and his image. And eventually, OpenAI had hinted at the fact that they intend to be able to monetize this or help creators monetize this as a name, image, and likeness royalty based on some type of revenue. Hopefully it's some YouTube split model where whatever gets used gets kicked back to the creator. That was a really profound shift in video generation of actual individuals and their persona, their voice, to be unique to them and to really end up with something that's closer than a lot of other tools in the past. Like HeyGen is another startup that had been doing something similar, but OpenAI released this Sora 2 model and it kind of blew them out of the water. And I imagine that they're struggling right now. And that's in the private world of investing for venture capitalists, and for the public world. Artificial intelligence is moving so fast that some of these things change, and the development of each new model, each step forward is significant and ends up being super significant for the companies in the market. And so it's really interesting to watch what are the different things that are going to be important for a business to be able to make money. But it's also interesting to see what is going to get better and better and better at a lower and lower cost. And Sora 2 really made a big step forward in that. I would say the number one slot, in my opinion, has to be Google Gemini, combined with Google Gemini's VO3, which is a video generation model.
This is VO, the video generation model designed for creativity. New enhanced capabilities give you control like never before. Let's take a look. You can use a reference image, a location, a character, object, or a combination. VO puts them together into a fully formed scene, complete with sound.
Hello, is anybody here?
Great moments don't need to end. You can extend your clips and transform any shot into a full scene. And for ultimate narrative control, define the start and end points of your shot. VO bridges them with epic transitions. You can also reimagine any shot by adding or removing elements. from subtle details to impossible objects. VO matches scale, lighting, and shadow for seamless results. All this with astonishing detail, real-world physics, and cinematic outputs. Bring it all to life with audio using sound effects, ambient noise, and dialogue.
Just gotta listen.
Push creativity to new limits with VO. Start creating today with Flow.
Gemini's VO3 was just unbelievable. The physics of the video generation that you can create, prompting VO3 to output whatever it is that you're imagining, the physics are much, much better than previous models. I have a friend in the industry who's a cinematographer, and he's talking about there's just not going to be as much work out there in the advertising industry, in movie making for the actual production as some of these get better and better and better. And they're already seeing this take a lot of the paying opportunities and jobs that were out there just a couple of years ago. VO3 takes that to a whole new level. Go look at Coca-Cola's Christmas ad from 2025, just to see some of the quality of the commercials that are getting created just by artificial intelligence prompts. Now, they used 70-some thousand prompts to get that specific commercial just for 2025, the Christmas classic that they remake every year. But 2025's video was done 100% by artificial intelligence. It's starting to impact real world industries right now. VO3 took that to a new level. And the Coca-Cola video was not created on VO3 because VO3 wasn't out yet, but VO3, Google's Gemini, it to a whole new level. The reviews, the users, the subscriptions, it's all pushing faster and harder into better and better content that really has changed the game. And then the tie in this first position is just Gemini, looking at a large context of data and users switching from OpenAI, Anthropic, DeepSeek, consumers taking up Gemini, their Gemini 3 model, and getting into Pro and really starting to use it. Their token requests have just exploded from billions to trillions to quadrillions. It's unbelievable to watch, and their subscribers and their daily and weekly active users have just exploded because the quality of the Gemini product is unbelievable. And I'll tell you this, I'm an investor in Anthropic. I'm also an investor in OpenAI, and I'm still giving the top slot to Gemini and VO3 for the progress that they made this year in the real world application of artificial intelligence. Well, I hope this has been good for you. I hope you can go out and play with some of those tools, all the way from Claude Code, Cursor, Notebook LM, Granola, Nano Banana, Sora 2, and then go and test out the Google Anthropic. They're all kind of duking it out for different things that they're getting good at in the real world. Thanks for joining me on Intelligence Explained, AI for the rest of us. Trying to understand AI through investing, technology, history, and news. See you next time.